Acosta is upset that someone yelled CNN sucks. Imagine how he would feel if his network set up a public lynching of him, as they did of me and Marco Rubio, wherein people called me a murderer and they screamed burn her and they rushed the stage and grabbed at me as I left. Jake Tapper corroborated this shortly after it happened, tweeting this in response to those who were in doubt. He says, "I don't know, but Chris's," talking of my husband, "description is accurate, and I made sure that she was escorted out of the room." I wonder if Acosta can imagine what it feels like when his network allows guest after guest, day after day, to refer to you as a murderer, to refer to 6 million law-abiding Americans as people who hate children and are terrible parents simply because we believe in the right of self-defense. As Derek Hunter, author of Outrage, Inc., who was on the show just this week, he said on this program yesterday, it wasn't journalists on the baseball field over a year ago who were shot by a Bernie bro. It wasn't journalists who were attacked in Senator Rand Paul's yard, resulting in life-threatening injuries. It wasn't journalists who were trapped in their office in their building in Portland by rioters, and when they called for police, they were told that police couldn't help them because they didn't like their profession. It's not journalists being run out of college campuses under threats of violence with property-destroying rioters. It isn't journalists who have their homes targeted with paint, their boats vandalized, their children threatened with kidnapping and worse because of what they believe or what they do. It isn't journalists who had to move because they support natural rights. It isn't journalists who are being doxxed. It isn't journalists who are being told by lawmakers to confront, that their lawmakers telling people to confront them and running them out of America. It isn't journalists who are constantly referred to as people who share teeth and referred to as, or it's intimated that they're backwoods racist hillbillies by other media types infuriated that Hillary didn't win. Now, you see, the media has actually done this to average Americans. The media has treated its audience this way.
This is CNN, home of fake news.
The White House closed out the month of July without holding a briefing for reporters today. That means the White House has held only 3 briefings for the press this month and 8 total since the end of May. There is no other way to describe what the White House is doing these days. Wolf, top officials, including the president, are hiding from the press. And Wolf, just to give you a sense as to what's happening right now, you can hear there is a chorus of boos and other chants from this Trump crowd here in Tampa, Florida. They're saying things like CNN sucks, go home, and fake news. Wolf, obviously, all of those things are false. We're staying right here. We're going to do our job and report on this rally to all of our viewers here tonight. Wolf.